Hey friends, I'm Lisa with Made to Create with Lisa, and today we are moving on from our Valentine's stuff and moving into spring. Now I know that on Monday we made a rainbow, and that kind of, I don't know if that's necessarily spring, but it's definitely not Valentine's. So we're kind of moving on, and I guess I'm going to have to take my cute decor down pretty soon here. But today we're going to do some bunnies for the spring kind of Easter season, I guess. Obviously, bunnies are Easter, but I also think that they're just cute spring decor as well. So, what we're going to be using today is some of these just wooden tags from the Dollar Tree. And this actually was called an ornament at Christmas time. But I bought several of them just to use as really nice bases. It's just a nice tag shape, and so you can use it as a shelf sitter, or it's small enough that you could put it in a tiered tray. Or I also know people who leave up their Christmas trees year round and they make them seasonal. So like they have a Valentine's tree and then they make a spring or Easter tree. I do not do that. I put my Christmas stuff away completely. But some people would do something like this for a large ornament. It's about the size of your hand, so it's not overly big, but you could use anything as your base. But today we're going to use this, okay? The other thing we're going to be using is our amazing embossing paste, which we use all the time, which I totally love. And that's what we're going to use to make our bunnies today. All right. So I think we'll go ahead and dive in. We're going to be using a lot of different types of materials. And so I will just bring you over and point you down. And we will get started with our cuteness here today. Okay, so like I said, I bought several of these at Christmas time, and we're going to do a couple today, actually, not just one. So I wanted to show you what it looked like when it was brand new, but I'm not using this one, okay? Because I already prepared our other things that we're going to do. Okay, so have you been to the Dollar Tree and seen the new bunny ornaments that they have out? Now, we do these a lot of the seasons in different shapes, and so right now the bunnies are just coming out. I think the Dollar Trees are just starting to put away their Valentine's stuff, and so they're putting out Easter decor. So you should be able to find these since they're just getting them out. Okay, so we're just going to use one. I think it's an eight pack, so it's quite a few. So what we're going to do with this is I am going to use our shimmery white embossing paste, and we are actually going to dress up this bunny and make him look white and dimensional. He won't exactly look furry because this dries hard, but it will look dimensional. So can you see how this one is the shimmery one? It has like a glitter mixed into the actual paste. And this one is starting to get a little bit hard, I'm noticing. So it's near the end of its use. So all I'm using is just one of our palette knives. And what I thought we would do is literally spread it directly onto our wood shape. I thought, hey, why can't we do this and just dress up something that we didn't have to bother making? That's always a good idea. Save yourself some time. Now, if you didn't actually have these, you totally could, like, just make your own shape and do it that way, like with a cardboard box or something. Okay, I did not check this before I got on here, and I didn't realize how thick it was getting. So it looks like it's just about a goner, but we will use everything we can of course you don't want to waste it. Now, during the holiday season, it was on out of stock for quite a while, but then it came back and I am thrilled. Hey, Chris, how are you? Yes, you're finally back. You have had quite a hiatus. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm literally going to cover up that hole, and then you never even know it used to be an ornament. Okay, I'm just sort of trying to spread it around. And like I said, since it's kind of, mine is getting kind of old, so it's not it's not super hard to spread. So we might be here a little bit. I'm just going to scrape everything I can off the bottom of my jar here. And we will just keep spreading it around. Can you see in the camera how sparkly it looks? I think that if it catches the light right, you should be able to see. From my point of view, it is extremely sparkly, so it's really fun. So I'm just going to keep spreading. So today it is absolutely beautiful here in the Pacific Northwest, and I'm actually wearing a t-shirt. I cannot believe it. It's going to have record high temperatures this weekend for February. It's supposed to be like in the low 60s. And for February, that is very warm here. So I'm actually thinking that I might go out and do some trimming of my hydrangea bushes that I didn't fully finish last fall. Okay. See how I'm getting that spread on all of the parts here. So I'm doing it kind of thin just because I want to make sure I have enough, because I didn't realize how low my jar was. But I'm doing it thick enough that I don't want you to be able to see the cardboard. Now, because I'm using this pointed palette knife, I'm having a hard time scooping it off the bottom here. But I didn't bring my other ones over here. So I'm just going to keep working at it. But I think we're just about done. So tell me hi if you're here. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what your weather is doing. I'm thrilled to see the sunshine, honestly. Thrilled, thrilled, thrilled. I don't mind the cold weather for Christmas, and then I'm always ready to move back to summer. I would be a perfect candidate to move down south. All right. We're just about done here. I think that my thumb might be making an imprint over here on the side, so I don't want that. Okay, so you see how much texture this has? I'll scrape that off. Okay, it kind of looks like a sugar cookie, to be honest. That is actually really funny. I've never done this before. I've never put embossing paste on directly onto one of these shapes before. So I really didn't even realize that it was going to look like a sugar cookie. Can you see that? I think it looks really cute. Tons and tons of texture. Okay, and now honestly, I don't even need to put the lid on this because the rest of this down here is hard and it's done. So I'm just gonna have to toss it because I've had this for months and months. All right, and then all you need to do is just wipe off your palette knife with a paper towel. Okay, so what we're gonna do is sit this aside to dry while we finish our little tag. Okay, sorry, I'm going to wipe this off here on the side. I don't want that. Okay, I don't think that it'll take super long to dry because the embossing paste is already so dry. Okay, so if you're new, hopping on here, I'm gonna show you what we started with. We started with this tag from the Dollar Tree, okay? And it was an ornament at Christmas time, okay? And I bought a bunch of them to use as bases, just for projects like I am now. Okay, so what I did with this is I just used some brown paint and I painted one of them, okay? It's the same thing. I just cut off the tag. I don't know if you can tell that this one said Holiday Cheer in glitter. And I just did a really rough paint job over it. Now, the reason that I didn't care too much what it looked like is because we're actually covering that up. Okay, this is another really cool thing that the Dollar Tree has. And I think that it is perfect for a bunny. So what I'm going to do, it's all just this fake moss stuff in a sheet. And I'm going to be gluing it on here. But can you see how like it has holes in it and you can see through it? That's why I just did a really rough coverage on the tag, just in case, because I didn't want you to be able to see like a snowman or a penguin through it. Okay, and we're going to cover up our tag with this cute moss. So I'm just going to put it like down here on the base, and then we'll just trim around it. All right. So I have my gorgeous hot glue gun plugged in, and I am going to just quickly put a ton of hot glue all over. Okay. And then I'm going to smash it onto this moss sheet and get it to dry for a second to make sure that it's nice and adhered. So this moss stuff is in the section of the Dollar Tree that has like the vases and the fake flowers and the ribbon and the wreath forms. That's where you find this stuff, you know, like with the Spanish moss and stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just use my trimmer, my Fiskars kind of heavy duty trimmers. And all you have to do, you really could use regular scissors too. I just always have these in my craft room for things like this. And we're just going to trim it all along the edge of our tag so that the background of our tag is now this cool moss. It really cuts so easily and it's no big deal. Isn't that cute? Totally fun background. Okay, now I have a mess. So hold on, let me sweep it away here. Okay. So here we go. Now we have our background and we have our cute little bunny. Yeah, it's practically dry already. Okay, and so isn't this going to be cute? We're going to have him, so I'm thinking I'm going to put him down a little bit low because of course we need to have a bow of some sort up there, right? Okay, so let me grab another hot glue stick here. Okay, and I think that it is dry enough that I can put, hold on, I'm using my chin to squish this hot glue, this new stick into there. Okay. And we will stick him on. I'm kind of scared to push him too much because I don't want to make big fingerprints, just in case it wasn't all the way dry. Maybe I should have waited, huh? It's pretty dry, but not completely. So I'm just going to hold this there. And now we have, I'm going to call him a little cookie. He looks like a little cookie. We have him adhered to our background. Okay, now there is a hole up here in the top. And I am just going to make sure that we can get that hole all the way through. And I don't know if you, yeah, you guys should be able to see that. Okay, and that's where we can stick our ribbon through, okay? So we will do the ribbon at the end. I'm just going to give this a little bit more to dry while we do our next one, okay? All right, I'm going to put this away. We'll sit this to the side to dry a little bit more. Okay, now look at this. What you guys need to do is buy some, now this technically says quart paint sticks, but these are the same as just the fat popsicle sticks that you can like buy at Walmart, okay? I don't remember if I bought these at Walmart or at Lowe's in the paint section, but I mean, it's just popsicle sticks, okay? So what I did is I took my tag and I took a bunch of these popsicle sticks and I lined them up to figure out how many I would need. And what I did is I laid them out I'm going to show you what I did here. I'll get a few out as an example. Okay, I laid them out like this, all in a row, so I could figure out how many I needed. Okay, and I did it all the way to the top. Then you can take another one and put a ton of hot glue on it and glue it on the back to give it like a backer. Okay, you can do it that way, or you can glue them directly to your tag like this and then cut around it with your heavy duty scissors, which is what I did. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like. It looks awesome. Okay, here it is. Isn't that cool? So these are just cheap old popsicle sticks glued directly to our tag. Okay, and then I took some of my Waverly wax, which is just from Walmart, and I waxed them. I mean, I stained them so that they look like that browner color of wood. Okay, so it went from popsicle stick to awesome, I'm totally blanking on the name. For some reason I have the word shutter in my mind, but that's wrong. Shiplap. Okay, so you could stain it, you could paint it white, whatever, but it looks like the coolest background. Okay, and it's on the back of our tag. And I just took my scissors and cut all the way around it. Okay, then what I did is I cut out a bunny stencil out of my silhouette machine. Okay, can you guys see this? Can you see that there's like a really, I just used contact paper because I'm cheap. And let's just see if it works. I hope it does. Okay, I'm using it as a template and I stuck it on here and let's go for it. Okay, so what I'm using now is just our regular white embossing paste. So this is not the shimmery kind. This is just the plain white kind. Okay, I'm using the same tool, the same palette knife, and we are just going to literally spread it right onto our little tag. And I'm hoping that our little template will work. I mean, like the stencil thing that I created will work to create a little bunny. So it's just like using our masks. Stampin' Up! Has some really, really cool masks. And it's the same type idea. This is just one gigantic shape. And of course, I created it myself. All right. So you could do the same type of thing by finding a bunny shape on the internet and like a print one and print it out and then cut it out and create yourself a stencil. Okay, now what I'm kind of doing here is I don't want it all flat. I want it kind of like textured. So that's why I'm doing this, just for fun. We'll see what it's going to look like. You know what? I don't think I like that. I think I'm going to do it. Well, no, I kind of want it thicker because when I tried to scrape it off, that doesn't look good either. So let's leave it thick and let's see what it looks like. I sure hope it looks cute. Okay, maybe I won't do it quite so bumpy. Maybe I'll do it more of a stucco look. Maybe that'll look better. Okay, I don't know if you're laughing at me, but let's just see what it looks like, okay? All right. I keep going back. I'm kind of scared. If it looks scary, we'll just look at our other one and revel in how cute it is. You'll never know if you don't try it, right? Okay, are you ready? Oh my gosh. Look how cute it is. Okay, so his little foot right there is a little bit ruined, so let's fix that. And here is the contact paper that I just took off. So I'm actually going to scrape some of it right off of that contact paper, and I'm just going to do some freestyle painting here. Let's see if I can get it to look like a foot. Oh my goodness. I think this is adorable. Just filling in here a few spots that I want a little bit darker. Oh my word. What do you guys think? Isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so I'm just wiping off my palette knife here. And then that one needs to dry, okay? So we'll set that one aside, and we'll come back to this one and put our bow on this one. So that's how I knew that, that they would need a little bit of time to dry, and so that's why I thought that we would do 2 different ones. Okay. I'm just sitting here staring at this, thinking for a minute. Okay, I'm trying to move it, and it is totally stuck on, so that's awesome. Okay. So let's think about what bow we want. Okay, so I brought in, this is our new window pane check ribbon that I have not even hardly used yet at all. I think it's absolutely adorable, so I don't know why I haven't used it, but I just haven't. So let's stick some of that through. And you know what? Because this is such a weird thick tag, who knows, this might not even work to stick this through here. Oh hey, it worked. Okay, so that worked, but maybe we don't even want necessarily a tag. Maybe we want more of like a bow. So I got to think about this here. I feel like maybe it would be cuter with just a big bow on the top. What do you think? I kind of feel like we can just smush that in and cover it up and just put like a really cute bow on the top. So let's try, because I have the shimmery, I brought over our beautiful, the white glittered organdy ribbon. And I don't know, maybe that's too much. What are you guys feeling here? Maybe that's too much glitter. What if we did a raffia bow as the base? And usually I do these in advance so that so that I don't have to think about it all right when I'm live, but I don't know. I think that this might be cute as our base. So let's try it. Let's make this into a bow. And then see how it looks if we, because I was thinking that because this is sort of that moss, you know, that it would look sort of like the natural look. And let's see how it looks with this one layered on top. Now I don't have any voices telling me what you think. Chris, I know you're there. You tell me what you think. Oh yeah, I think that looks good. Okay. All right. Whoops, this side's way too long now. Okay, so what if we had this, and then we need something else? What should we put on the top? I do have some other white. See, I feel like well, I don't know. The lace, I wasn't going to go with it, but maybe it kind of makes it look sort of shabby. Shabby, like farmhouse, vintage farmhouse. Okay, I actually super like it. Yes, I like this ribbon too, Chris. Thanks, Danielle. Okay, I think that's really cute. So I hope you like that. So we'll glue that on at the end. First of all, we need to make a tag that we are going to add to it. Okay, I keep having to sweep everything out of the way. Okay, all right. So what I did is I got our tailor-made tags, all right, and I cut out this one here. And I am using our craft paper, okay? And I cut it out of there. And this is what it looks like. It's a stitched tag, which I think is super cute. Okay, so what we're gonna do with this is we are going to stamp the word happy from the Slim Sayings stamp set, okay? And hilariously enough, I did not grab a stamp block, so let me grab one. All right. So I thought it would be cute if we emboss this in white, since it's sort of, you know, this natural look. So I liked this happy, that it was a cute font and not just plain, because I just felt like that the bunny and stuff was just kind of cutesy. So let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do excuse me, is just ink up the word happy. So I have it turned over here so I can see exactly where I'm inking. And I'm just inking up the word happy. Okay. And now I'm going to stamp that onto the tag like that. And then we are going to use white embossing powder on top of the tag. Isn't that cute? Whoops, I just put my hand right in that. Okay, so let's dry that. All right, I know I always put this on here and then flash it in your eyes. I'm sorry about that. But it's the easiest way for me to hold it and not burn my fingers. All right. Oops. So if you have the foil on here, I made this years ago because I was actually letting some kids do some embossing with me. And if you have the foil on the back, it makes it get hotter faster. And I had the kids clip the little things into that top. And it was safer for them to do the heat embossing. Look how nice and bright that's getting. Okay, perfect. Now do you see how nice that is? Nice and bright. Okay. So I thought that I would layer these on top of each other like this. And with these tags, do you see that with the tags, there's also these, what do you call those? Like it would be like a washer, sort of. I don't know what you call it with a tag, but I cut those out too, a white one. Maybe like a grommet. I don't know what you call it. And we'll glue that on. And then I thought we'd glue those together. I think I'll just glue them. I don't think I will make them dimensionalized or anything like that. I just thought that two of them would make a little bit more of a statement than just having one. Maybe it is called an eyelet. I mean, obviously the metal ones are eyelets, so maybe that's an eyelet too, even though it's paper. I don't know. Okay, so look how fun this is. If we add the little tag, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. Okay, okay, this looks super cute. Having the little happy tag sticking out and our bows. I really like it. Okay, I think that what we'll do first is glue our bows on. I think I'm going to turn this way. Now I know sometimes I just do this off camera. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm coughing all of a sudden. Maybe I'll have to do it off camera because it's taking a while to glue and stick onto this moss. And then we will layer these up. Yeah, I can't get this to stick. It will stick, but I think it's just gonna take a minute to cling. And sometimes what I do when I'm gluing big layered things like this is I'll put something heavy on top of it, you know, to make sure that it is nicely squished on there until it dries. All right, and then our final layer will be our vintagey bow. Okay, so do you guys like this vintage farmhouse look? I do. I kind of love it right now. Okay, let's trim. Our raffia is kind of going crazy over here. I kind of like it going crazy, but I guess I don't want it too crazy. So what do you think? Do you think that our bunny needs a bow too? I don't know, maybe our bunny needs a bow and not just at the top of the tag. And then I will, see, I don't even know why I bothered to do that if I'm tucking this in here. But I think this is going to look adorable. You think the bunny needs a bow, Danielle? So which ribbon should we use? Okay. Whew, that's hot through the paper. That hot glue through the paper is hot. Ouch. Obviously it's not burning me through the paper, but it's hot. Okay, look at that. I think that is super, super cute, fun, really. I love it. I hope you like it. I think it's adorable. Okay, let's bring this one back in. This bunny looks super fat right here. Okay, maybe this is the bunny that needs the bow. I don't know, but this one, I wanted to put a messy bow here on the side going this way. That was my thought for this one. Now, I wanted to do a tag for this one too. So for this one, I used the Painted Labels dies, okay? And then I cut out this one here. Same thing with the craft cardstock, okay? And the words that I was going to put on there was from the free celebration stamp set called Calming Camellia. And I like this. It's the little things that make life great. And I thought that maybe instead of having it be specifically, you know, Easter, then maybe it would be something you could leave out for all of spring. That was my thought process. So let's ink this up with the Versamark pad and hope that I can stamp it not crooked. Okay, and you never know until you put the powder on how you did. Okay, not bad. Okay, now again, this is going to look even more fabulous once it gets all embossed. So let me bring in, where did I put it? Here it is, my little pad here. I'm going to hold it down with my Take Your Pick tool. That's what I should have done the first time. So can you see from that far away? I think you can see that it's starting to change. Cute. I really like that white against the craft. Don't you? Okay. So I thought that we would layer this over here somewhere. But you know, I'm wondering if I need a white layer like I did on that one. Like if I'm going to have to put something behind that before I glue it on. Because otherwise it kind of blends into the wood too much, I feel like. So I'm probably going to have to add that in a little bit. So let's come up with a bow for this one. So again, using one of my faves, the new frayed ribbon. I know, embossing is kind of addicting, isn't it? Like you just watch it dry and it's just so exciting. Okay, what I'm going to do with this one, I know I've done this like every time I've used it, but I have a reason for it this time. So we're going to make it thinner, but this is something I wanted to try. Okay, I know you've seen me do this, but what I wanted to do is fray this completely this time. And I didn't do it in advance to try it. So we'll see what happens. But I just had this idea that maybe it would look super cool to completely 100%. Woo! Okay, it's super, super thin when you do this. This is very interesting. Oh, this is looking so cool. Okay. Like I said, my idea was to completely 100% fray the entire thing because I actually wanted to use the hairs and have it look super, again, kind of vintagey, flyaway-ish. So can you see that on this background? Maybe it's too light. Okay, it's literally sticking to me everywhere. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Okay, so if we put this up there as a base, I know it looks scary right now, just work with me. Okay. And what about if I just use this? I think that that's pretty darn cool. Okay. Well, now I'm feeling like we need this one too, because we have to do like an X. Okay, now if everybody starts fraying their ribbon, now I'm gonna know why, because this is so cool. I hope you like it as much as I do. Oh my word, I love it. I love this. So years ago, when I started getting into kind of that, you know, chippy, whatever you want to call it, shabby look, my family wasn't very impressed. They kept saying that I was getting things that were broken and old. I'm like, well, yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I have the fine art ribbon, which I feel like we have to have because we need some tan. And let's do a couple of those. And again, let's fray the ends of this. And I think I'm going to trim off like the freaky end, just so it looks frayed. I wasn't going to do it completely like that other ribbon. Okay. So obviously our bunny is our main little piece here, but why can't our bow look cool too? I feel like the whole thing, because it's so small, it kind of needs to make a statement. Okay. So we have an X of that. I think this is looking really cool. Then I do think that this definitely needs the lace. So do you guys mix your whites when you decorate, like white and off-white? I do. I think it looks cool. Okay, this is looking amazing, if I do say so myself. And let's see, do I need to add anything else? I'm just looking what I brought over here. I don't feel like the glitter, well, actually, heck, why not? The glitter organdy might be perfect. Maybe you need to change it up, Danielle. See what happens if you mix up your whites and your off-whites. Okay. Now I feel like, I know I brought my linen thread over here. Oh, here it is. My linen thread is going to tie this all together here. Let's see if I can pick it up all at once. So I'm picking it up and flipping it over, and this is such a big fat mess because it's so hairy. So we just got to go with it. I really can't move. I hope you can see this. But I got to tie it before it flies everywhere, so I can't check if it's in the camera or not. Hold on here. Okay, look at this. I have to adjust here. Look how fun and frilly and messy this is. What do you think? Oh my goodness. I have hair and fuzz everywhere, but I think this is like the ultimate of shabby. The ultimate shabby. I feel like Shelly, who is the founder of Stampin' Up, would be very proud of me. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where the other one of this one is. Oh, it's this one right here. You're holding your breath, Susan. What do you think? Don't you think that Shelly would be proud of me? She's like the queen of vintage shabby, but I think this is amazing. Okay, but however, I do feel like it needs a layer of raffia underneath it. I know, I know. The funny thing is that until I really started doing a lot of this stuff, I was never a raffia person at all. And honestly, I don't use it that much. However, it is just really awesome as a base of bows. It just kind of helps give it some body, I feel like. Okay, sorry, this was a classic where I left it all attached on the wad before I cut it off, so there we go. I'm classic for that. All right. There. Now see, watch. Now come on, you have to give this one to me if this pulls together. See how that just adds a little bit of body underneath it? Oh my word, this is amazing. Okay, so now I have my It's the Little Things tag that we can add over here. You know what? Maybe I don't need a layer. I think I can leave it like this. This is just totally coming together. Okay, I am going to glue. Let's see, which side do I want up? I don't think it matters. I'm going to glue this raffia bow first. And hold that down. Why don't I use this? Okay, I'll let that dry for a second. Okay, now I'm going to layer this on. Oh my word, I love this bow. Okay. Now, as you can see, the middle of the bow is not fantastic, so we need to put something else in the middle there. So what would be really cute would be like a button or something like that, which of course I don't have over here. Ouch, that was a little hot. Okay. It's the little things that make life great. And here's our little bunny. Oh my goodness. Okay, so just to show you what it'll look like let's just picture This is another one of our awesome white ribbons. So we could put another little tiny bow there, which actually that looks adorable. Let's just go ahead and do it. You could do a button. You could do, what else could you do in the middle of a bow? Some people have like old vintage jewelry. If you're like a thrifter, I'm really, really bad at that. In my heart, I would like to be a thrifter, but I'm not. Hey, Lori, how are you? I'm glad you made it today. We're just about done. I'll show you what we've made. Okay. Okay, this is like going to be one of my favorites of all time. I'm going to have to replicate this bow again because I love it so much. So I have so much ribbon going on over here. I need to hold this for a second so it dries. Lori, you're going to have to go back and catch this bow because it's to die for. Okay, I think that that's stuck. And I have hot glue all over my fingers. Okay, this, I am very proud, people. I just am. I'm very proud of this one. Now, interestingly enough, I did put so many layers on this embossing paste that it is not quite dry yet, so I don't want to touch it. I think I need to trim that raffia a little bit. And then we have our little happy bunny here with the shimmer embossing paste versus just the matte embossing paste. And let me hold this up so you can see the difference. Can you see this shimmering one? And let's see. Yes, I'm looking around here because I have so many things on my desk that I that I thought that I might bring in, that I'm making sure I didn't forget anything. I think that this is it. Okay, so let me bring you back up here. Okay, and let me turn the camera around. Whoops, not that way. Sorry. There we go. All right. You saw my really messy room. I'm totally working on cleaning it. Okay. So there it is. Oh my gosh. I'm totally in love with this. Okay. I kind of love it more than this one, if I'm being honest, but that's okay. We can have favorites in the crafting world. Just, you're not supposed to have favorites with your children. Oh. Okay. So this is what we made today. I love them both. I'm totally excited about them. So this is officially my first bunny Easter craft of the season. Yes, super fun. So I hope you learned something today, something about some cute little backgrounds, like the popsicle sticks on this one, and then the moss sheet on this one. I thought about using like a cute decorative paper to back this one, but I looked through all my stuff and I just couldn't find just sort of what I was trying to look for. You know, I just wanted something sort of nature-ish, you know, and I love how that moss just kind of gives it some texture, and so I just went with the moss. But you could totally cover the tag with paper as well, which of course, well, I'm sure we'll do sometime throughout the season. So anyway, that is what I have. Thank you so much for being here. It is almost the weekend. And yeah, I hope that you have a great evening, and I will talk to you soon. Okay? Don't forget that you were made to create. Thanks. Bye-bye.